3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Good evening and welcome to the Cougar Den, affectionately named by the late great coach John Giesler, Hall of Fame coach John Giesler. I am Coach Tony Worley, tech guy here at Illini Central, do just about everything. I'm coming to you live from the Allen Stout broadcast booth. We got about 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go until tip of this Sangamo Conference game between our Illini Central Greenview Lady Cougars and the Lady Blue Jays from P.O.R.T.A AC. Should be hopefully a competitive game. Hopefully we can give them a game. They come into tonight's contest at 22-5. We come into the 13-13, I think. So looking forward to it. They have a ton of size on us, so we're going to have to definitely try to find a way to help, try to find a way to combat that. Here's my keys for the game for us. We got number one, we got to anticipate on defense. With the zone that we play and how we try to get steals and things like that, we definitely have to anticipate and do the best we can to try to steal the basketball or get steals, put them in a position to turn it over, because we're gonna struggle to score sometimes inside because of the size that they have. Number two, all 5 of our girls have got to rebound. I've mentioned twice or 3 times now the size that P.O.R.T.A has is going to definitely give us trouble, because we do not have anyone close to the height of some of their girls. So we've got to rebound. And the third thing is we got to stay out of foul trouble. We have 7 girls on our team, I think 7 or 8. We're really young. We have 1 senior. So we've got to stay out of foul trouble. That means if I can't try to block shots against somebody that's a lot taller than me. I got to play good defense without fouling. So I think those are the 3 things that we need to do to give ourselves an opportunity to be in this game. Sangamo Conference is tough. If you've listened to any of our broadcasts in the past, mention all the time, whether it's boys or girls, every time out, you've got to compete. So looking forward to an opportunity to, give a good, I know the regional seeds came out today from talking to Coach Bunner. So we're at that point in the season. You're really trying to get better in every game out, regardless of the final score of the game. The seeding, like I said, is over with. So you're not playing, you want to win games, but you also want to be playing your best basketball this time of year, as we both probably have 3 games left in the season. So looking forward to bringing the game to you this evening. I'm going to cut out for a second. We got about 3 minutes. We'll come back for the anthem, and then we will bring you some Lady Cougar basketball here on the Illini Central Sports Network.
I said, we'll do the anthem here. We got about a minute and 40 seconds to go until the game starts. Not a bad crowd all across the way, mostly parents and family. Don't have much of a student section. It's nice to see some of my middle school girls over there to my left, ready to cheer on the Lady Cougars. Wish we had a bigger crowd. You know, I'll say this, if you've never been on one of our broadcasts, I'm going to rant. I know, yeah, it's great to have people home listening and watching what I'm doing here and the time that we put in the class that I teach called The Class with Coach Bunner. It's nice to have, you know, it's nice to have people watching at home, but wish the student section was a little bit bigger. So we're going to get ready for the national anthem here, and I'm going to cut away for a second, and we'll be back to bring this Sangamo Conference game to you in just a moment.
On behalf of Illini Central Schools, we would like to encourage all players, coaches, and fans to remember the importance of good sportsmanship. Now, would everyone please stand, remove your hats, and address the flag for the playing of our national anthem.
So if you're new to an Illini Central Sports Network broadcast, I'm doing all of it, so I'll try to do the best I can. Let's meet the starting lineups. Let's see. So starting for the P.O.R.T.A AC Lady Blue Jays is number 3, Allison Vogel. Number 4, Aubrey Vogel. Number 23, Carson Artholoni. Number 24, Cassie Cox. And number 40, Bryn Bailey. So how about what we have starting for our Lady Cougars this evening? Elena Snyder is one of the 5 starters.
Number 11,
Addie Wilcoxon's number 11.
Number 13,
Taylor Kine, our lone senior starter.
Number 22,
Number 22, Megan Hughes. And then the last starter is Olivia Morrow. So we are getting ready to bring you this game live on the Illini Central Sports Network. So here we go. And like I said, I'm running the camera. I'm running the computer. I'm doing the whole thing, doing the play-by-play. So sometimes if I make a mistake, I wish I could blame somebody else, but I can't. It's me. I was also teased about not being enthusiastic enough on Tuesday night, so I will try to be more enthusiastic. Those of you at home who know me and are listening, you're probably laughing at that right there, and you know who told me that. So here we go on this Sangamo Conference game here on a Thursday night. Artholoni gets the tip, but it goes to Taylor Kine. And Elena Snyder's going to pull for 3 to start. It's short and bounces out of bounds, and it will be P.O.R.T.A basketball. Taylor Kine at the point of our 1-2-2. Artholoni with it. And she gets it back to, again, it'll take me a minute to get names and numbers. That's number 4. That's Aubrey Vogel with the ball. She hands it off to number 3, Allison Vogel. in the corner to Artheloni. Back to the corner to Vogel. 3 is short. And Liv does a good job of not trying to grab it. It would have been a tough one to handle on that spot. Let's see what P.O.R.T.A is playing on defense this evening. As we come the other way, looks like they are in a... Actually, they're in a box and 1, which means they have 4 people playing a zone and 1 person playing man-to-man on Megan Hughes. They've decided they're not going to let Meg get shots, so that means other people have to be aggressive. Good job there, walling off Artheloni. Up top to Vogel, back to Vogel number 4. I'm going to try to get their names as quick as I can. There's a 3 that goes long. We do not get the rebound. Comes down, Vogel drops down to number 40. That's Bailey, and she finishes it. Bryn Bailey finishes it. Coach Bunner going to call, we're going to run, now we need to run. Okay, this trip, they're not in the same defense. A steal from Elena Snyder, and that is finished by Aubrey Vogel. That trip, they were not in the box and 1. Atlanta Central brings it up, trailing 4-3. Now they're in a 1-3-1. Addie Wilcoxon, the tough pass to handle that Taylor didn't give her one handle. That's Artheloni going in. She's going to finish. It's 5 or 6-3. Taylor's got to make a better pass there. So what was 1 possession of box and 1, they go right to a 1-3-1. Got to move the ball quick. Swing it. Got to swing that ball quickly. Going to keep Artheloni on, probably on Meg's side, make it harder for Meg to get a shot. There's a good pass from Olivia Morrow. 3's just long. They're going to call that out on Addie, but I mean, I'm quite a ways away, but it looked like it was possibly off of them. Vogel to Vogel, and they're going to keep Artheloni up with them too to try to break the 1-2-2. Elena does a good job of staying in front of Aubrey Vogel. The swing there. Carson Artheloni outside of the 3-point line. Elena does a good job trying to get a steal there. Addie and Meg do a good job closing out to Artheloni. That's 20-24 is Cassie Cox. We're going to call a foul on Elena. Coach Bunner doesn't agree with it. I mentioned in my pregame that we really had to stay out of foul trouble, so we don't want those. That's probably why he's a little frustrated. Number 3, Allison Vogel will throw it in to Aubrey Vogel. And people that don't really know much basketball, good job, Elena, there, getting that steal, follow her. Got to get a better angle, but she's able to finish. And it's like that, it's 6-5 in favor of Illini Central, or favor of P.O.R.T.A. One of my first key was anticipating on defense, and that was good anticipation. If we want to have an opportunity to try to win this game, we've definitely got to anticipate, get us some steals, get some easy offense. That's some easy offense. Vogel drives, gets a shot blocked by Willis. Another shot, Willis. Good job by Willis. Macy Willis looked in the right spot, but the pass was too tough for Addie Wilcoxon to handle it. So 10-5 in favor of Petersburg P.O.R.T.A. They stay 1-3-1. Pass in there to Willis. Willis kicks out to, got to look opposite. You just heard Coach Bunner say that. We got to look opposite. Vogel on the dribble. Addie Wilcoxon cuts her off. Taylor Kine makes her shoot over her. To the high post, opposite to Meg. Meg for 3. That is off. Elena Snyder's going to have a chance to track it down. Taylor Kine hustles for it, but it goes out of bounds off of Illini Central. Vogel throws it into Vogel. Number 4 is Aubrey. She's going to bring it in up at least towards half court.
Swing it across to Allison. Back to Aubrey. That's the thing you want to do against that kind of defense. Artheloni's going to pull for three. It's off. Megan tries to track down the rebound. Can't get it. Allison Vogel, she's able to get to it. They're going to run a set play here. Like I said, people think you just screen in man-to-man. You actually screen a zone as much and an opportunity to get open. So we'll see if they try to do that. They work the high post with Cox there with Bailey over here on the left wing. She's got it. And they're going to turn it over. Taylor does a good job of going ahead and trying to go get it. Just because it was going to be over and back doesn't mean you don't try to go get it. Illini Central needs to try to get a basket here with 2:52 to go in the first quarter. Addie Wilcoxon going to take it out. Inbounds it to Taylor Kine. The Lady Blue Jays stay 1-3-1. Over to Meg. Got to swing the ball. Nice pass by Addie Wilcoxon. Got to be ready to shoot, Elena. Nice pass by Addie Wilcoxon. Great pass there. That's the way to. Great job. Good finish by Macy Willis. Great pass by Addie Wilcoxon. You got to look opposite against the zone. Especially a 1-3-1. It's not going to be on the same side. You got to have more, darn it, you got to have more pressure on the passer with someone the size of Artheloni in there. You've got to pressure the passer. Got to have pressure on the passer when you have someone that has that much height. It's just because your teammates behind you are not going to be able to deny her the ball. Like, they're not going to steal that. You can just throw it up above their head. You got to pressure the passer in that situation. So that's the first foul on Addie Wilcoxon. Artheloni hits the free throws, and it's 14-7 in favor of the Lady Blue Jays. We're going to try to work the high post, look opposite. There we go. Out to Meg. Meg for three. It's long. Rebound down. Elena Snyder gets a hand on it. We're going to get a steal out of that, I think. Addie Wilcoxon is the one that ends up with it. She gets into the lane, drops down to Macy Willis. Good pass. Good job, Addie Wilcoxon. I know from what Coach Bunner said, she had 10 assists the other night in that game. In their win on Tuesday night, she's already got 2 of them here. Can help your team in multiple ways. See, we have a sub in. That's number 11. That's Reagan Hubner. She has the ball now. Takes a couple dribbles. Kicks it over to Artheloni. She can shoot that. Got a pinch in there. Can't let that dribble drive get in there. And then I said earlier in my keys to the game, you have to have all 5 people. You have to have all 5 people rebound. Usually the official will stop it so she can tie her shoe, but I guess not there. Megan to Taylor. High post to Addie Wilcoxon. Looks opposite. Can't just automatically reverse. Meg for 3. It's long. Addie's going to have a chance to track it down. She does. Throws it back out to Taylor. We got 40 seconds to go. Can't just turn and throw it. Taylor to Elena. Addie to Macy. Macy goes up, misses, fights for it. P.O.R.T.A brings it up with 23 seconds to go in the first quarter, leading by 7. We'll see. They're going to hold for the last shot. We'll see. They're going to obviously run a set that runs some type of set play. And they're going to swing it the other way. You can hear Coach Bunner yelling backside lob. What they're trying to do is they've got Artheloni on the far side. What they're going to try to do is then swing it here, set a back screen on Addie Wilcoxon, and then throw a lob up to the right side of the basket for a layup. There is what Coach Bunner thought was going to happen. She does cut inside the lane there. Number 11, Reagan Hubner loses it out of bounds with 1.9 to go in the quarter. They're going to pick up here and try to deny in. Addie throws it across. It's probably too far. Meg's going to throw from half court, and it hits the back rim. But at the end of the first quarter, not off to a bad start. We can't hang passes when we throw them across the zone. So I'll step away for a second. Good game going so far. We'll be back in just 1 minute. And I'm back. So it will be P.O.R.T.A basketball to start the second quarter. Illini Central with the same lineup that we had at the end of the or at the end of that quarter, with Olivia Morrow on the bench. I'm not sure if she has 2 fouls or not. I think that might be the case. Macy Willis is starting to get a few more minutes now after her broken foot that she had earlier in the season. That hampered her, or kept her out for quite a while, actually. Artheloni with the ball. We got to continue to look for that thing that Coach Bunner thought was going to happen. I'm sure they're going to try to run that again. The ball, they've got the lead. They're going to take their time. That's Hubner. She gets almost stolen by Taylor Kine. Vogel, that's Aubrey Vogel, gets it. She throws it over Allison Vogel, back up top to Hubner. They're looking to swing it to Artheloni. She shot fakes, drives. Addie comes over to help. Macy's got to do a better job of closing out. That's putting Addie Wilcoxon in a tough position there to try to close out like that on someone with that kind of height like Artheloni has. You've got to do a better job of closing out to someone, even when the person is like her, that much taller. 3 by Elena Snyder, another assist for Addie Wilcoxon. Does a really good job of drawing the defense and kicking it out. I told Megan's got the 3-point record for the season and for the career. It takes somebody to get it to you, and Addie's done a really good job this season, at least in the games I've seen, of setting people up to hit their shot in rhythm instead of having to take a dribble or get themselves situated for their shot. That's a better closeout. Stay down. Good trap there. Into Cox. She throws it out to Hubner. Hubner shoots it, and it rattles in. It was only a 2. She had a foot on the line. That wasn't bad defense. Just a little bit better offense in that possession. Illini Central comes up. Now it looks like they're in a 2-3 zone. Yep, it's a 2-3. There, Addie does a good job there again. Out to Meg. She's long. Rebound down to Elena. Addie shoots a free 15-foot jump shot. No good. Rebound down to Hubner. Gives it up to Aubrey Vogel, who brings it up. She's got Allison Vogel on her right. She's got Cox at the high post. Hubner up here on the top. And Artheloni over, again, that's good help by Addie Wilcoxon in that spot. Macy did a better job. We got to stay in front, though. Get in the lane. Vogel, Meg's got to do a better job. Taylor's got to do a better job of pinching over there. And just like that, it's 22-12 in favor of P.O.R.T.A. The first time on defense there was really good. The second time, not so much. Elena Snyder for another 3. Illini Central down 22-12 here. Artheloni with the ball. She tries to penetrate the lane a little bit. Gives it back to Hubner. Up top to Aubrey Vogel. Vogel gives it over to Hubner. That's in the hands now of Allison Vogel. Artheloni for a 3. It is actually short. Rebound down. Way to battle for it. I said that in my pregame. Those are what we needed to do. Taylor Kine back to Elena Snyder for another 3. It's long. Addie Wilcoxon does a good job of trying to go rebound, as does Macy Willis, but everybody else has to get back. Vogel knows what she's doing. She's going to penetrate into the lane, go up, and shoot, and get called. Someone gets called for a foul. Let's see. Going to call it on Macy Willis. That's her first. I was worried that Addie Wilcoxon was in that same vicinity, didn't want her to pick up her second. So luckily that now we only have, everybody just has 1. And here comes Liv back in the game, Olivia Morrow. We'll see if she does have 2, and that's why she was out. Macy Willis gets the break. We do have the stat board tonight, which comes in handy when you're trying to keep track of fouls and who's got what. So it's good to have Darcy Toland in the building. There's a miss and a rebound by Vogel, and they're going to call a travel there. Probably might have gotten away with one. I'm not sure. There's going to be a timeout. Coach Bunner can't be happy with the offensive rebound off of a missed free throw. Those are the kind of things that you can't allow happen. I'll take a break as it's a full timeout. We'll be right back. And I'm back. We're coming out of a timeout here by Petersburg P.O.R.T.A, even though it will be our basketball. We'll see they've played box and 1-for-1 possession on Meg. Then they've played a lot of 1-3-1. They played some 2-3. Let's see what they're in this possession. In case you're not a basketball coach or you didn't play maybe, but you like to watch it, they're man-to-man now. That's good. And Addie does a good job of trying to penetrate, draw Carson Artheloni. Liv shoots a 3, and it goes in. It's a good start, and just like that, it's 23-18 in favor of P.O.R.T.A. Need a stop and a rebound here for the Lady Cougars. Aubrey Vogel, directing traffic, tells 21, Mackenzie Miller, to come up with her up at the top. Cox is at the high post. Artheloni's on the right wing, and Allison Vogel's on the left. She tries to sneak behind the defense. Got to get all the way over on defense. Got to get a rebound, Addie Wilcoxon. That's a good stop. Got to. Okay, they're full man-to-man now. Addie Wilcoxon gets into the lane, does a good job. She knows you're not going to shoot it over Artheloni. Very similar to her. Taylor. I was getting ready to say Artheloni, the cousin of Illini Central legend, Kendall Artheloni, arguably the greatest high school girls basketball player, just off the rim. Nice drive by Addie Wilcoxon. Stop the ball. That's a nice pass. Rebound down to Addie. She's gonna push it the other direction. Artheloni guards her. Elena Snyder open for 3. It's off. Good job by Taylor Kind of not going to rebound. Good job by Addie Wilcoxon, knock it away. Meg Hughes comes up with it. Let's see what we can get in transition here. Going the other direction. Taylor Kind to Elena Snyder. She's going to try to turn the corner, kick it out to Addie. Be careful with that pass. You need to cut quicker, Liv. You got to cut quicker. Turn that corner. Good, Addie, back cut, Elena, good. Nice strong move by Addie Wilcoxon, kicks out to Elena Snyder. Elena for 3, it's long, rebound down to Artheloni. Artheloni gives it off to Vogel, and button number 1 doesn't want to work. There we go, Vogel has it, penetrates the lane. We're gonna call a foul on Taylor. What I was, Kendall, it's funny, Kendall and her cousin Carson, very similar body type. They look they're both very tall. But yeah, Kendall, clearly one of the greatest. Ooh, that's not good defense at all right there. That's not good defense at all. Darn it. Just made a little bit of a run. You can't give it up that easy. I'd really rather somebody been right underneath the basket, but look opposite here. Addie Wilcoxon drives. Screened by Macy, trying to throw it there to Macy, just too much traffic. Ball's dead there. Aubrey Vogel with it up top. Allison on her left, or on her right, swings it up here to Miller, right? Yeah, wow, I remembered. And Cox, like I said, is at the high post. Artheloni flashes, get it into her. Taylor does a great job of reaching and grabbing that. Teammate probably should have thrown the ball up to Artheloni. Taylor gets in the lane, kicks out to Addie. Addie for a free throw line jump shot. It's off, and the ball goes out of bounds, and we'll go the other direction. Illini Central playing right there with them, 25-18, with about a minute and 42 to go. What I was saying was the pass to Artheloni. Gosh, as tall as she is, you want to throw it up above to her. You always tell tall players not to bring the ball down, but if they have to catch it down there, it's hard for them not to bring it down. Hubner's checked back in. Ball rolls off. Rebound down to Addie Wilcoxon. Does a good job there. She gets it up to Taylor Kind. Addie's doing all those other things right now. She's rebounding, assists. Gonna swing it to Taylor Kind for three. It's long. Rebound down to Allison Vogel. Gives it up to Aubrey Vogel. Gonna come the other direction. There was a Mrs. Vogel that taught at Illini Central for a long time. I wonder if they're related. It was one of my kids' teachers when they were little. Nice back screen for Artheloni to shoot a three. She misses. Rebound, she's going to get it, dump it down to her teammate, Allison Vogel. She misses. Again, my second point about getting rebounds. Vogel drives baseline. Good trap there. Oh, how did that get through? And that gets into the hand of Carson Artheloni. .30 seconds to go in the half. Addie down to Megan for a three. Addie gives it to Macy. Macy does a good job of looking outside. Cuts the lead to 6. Finish the half, girls. Finish the half. You do that by getting a stop and a rebound. Getting ready. Coach Bunner's getting ready to yell it. They're going to set up that. There it is. He set it. There's nothing Addie could do. She got screened. It's not her fault. She got screened, and I gotta have more pressure on the basketball and the passer. The passer cannot have that easy of a look to throw that. That's the play you run when you've got a big person. You set that back screen on that bottom guard or that bottom zone person, and you end up with a lob. But again, that lob is hard to throw if you have somebody in your face. Two parts of guarding that kind of play. You've got to have defense on the ball, and you have to have someone that hopefully does not get screened on the backside of it. But honestly, I thought the girls played a really good first half. They're in a spot that, they're right there. They just need to clean up a few things, and if they're able to do that, then I like our chances in the second half. Again, like I said, the stats board tonight comes in handy when you're trying to keep track of who's got fouls and things like that. So I'll know when we come out at halftime what position we're in terms of foul trouble and things like that. So glad to have you with me this evening. I'll cut away here for halftime, and I'll be back to set the stage for the second half of this Sangamo Conference matchup here on this February 6th. Where is the time going? On a Thursday night. Take care. Glad to have you with me, and we'll be right back. Well, I'm back. So, like I said, really happy with the way we've played so far. Again, I mentioned that P.O.R.T.A comes into this game 22-5. Terrific team. I'd be interested to see what they got seated. I don't know if that stuff's online. I guess I could have looked during halftime. I should have looked at halftime to see. Maybe I'll get a chance here during a timeout or something. So, as we get ready to start second half, Illini Central goes back with their same starters, as do the Lady Blue Jays. And get my old man glasses on so I can see. And they're going to start man. Looks like they're switching a little bit. They'll switch a little bit here. I think Coach Bunner's mad at Olivia for not at least even looking at the rim. You got to look at the rim there. We got to be moving on offense whenever someone's driving to kick that. Liv takes that three and gets it. No wonder. You'd think that kid would learn that he wants her to shoot that three, and she didn't even look at the basket. She just immediately reversed it and ran offense. She's been hearing about that for 3 years now. Good to see her hit that one. So just like that, we're within 5. So see if we can get a stop here. Ooh, got to look down back. Got to do a better job of closing out. Darn it. Got to close out better on that right there. That I know with someone as tall as Carson Arthelone, you think I don't need to close out on her three in a certain way, but you absolutely do. You absolutely do. Now, Megan really needs to cut and move. When you can shoot when you're the #1 3-point shooter in the history of Illini Central, Elena Snyder for one of them, rebound down to Carson Arthelone. Meg, they lose you all the time, so you definitely want to be active on offense. Kick out to Arthelone. There's another dribble drive by her. She's so good at that. She's really good. And those are the kind of plays where she looks, I mean, that reminds me of Kendall, the way that she moves like that. I know it's like they're sisters or something. They're related, but shot by Addie misses. Rebound down to Allison Vogel. She gives it off to Aubrey Vogel. Kicks to Arthelone again with the shot fake. The thing about closing out like that, like if you're watching at home and you wonder why I'm saying that. Closing out, what I mean by closing out is you've got someone out on the wing. They've just caught the ball. They're getting ready to drive or shoot. How you close out, how you get to them makes it whether they are or aren't going to be able to get a shot off. And if you fly out at someone, you lunge out, you're not in control. And then they have you. They've got you right where they want you in that situation. There's Cox. She gives it up to Arthelone. 35-27. Those 2 or 3 baskets in a row by Arthelone really hurt. She's sitting on 16 right now. The nice thing with her is when you don't have size, she's not going to get in foul trouble. I just don't like, I feel like we're not putting enough pressure on the passer. We're making it too easy. That pass should not be that easy to throw. Should not be that easy to throw. Let's see, in the corner, that's a little bit better closeout. Stay down, it'd be one thing if she had 20 points and it was all off of threes and whatever. They're going to take their time. This is, what you do. You don't. Now, if she hits that one, Vogel hits the floor. And so I mean, right now, if I'm right, and I could be, it's hard without somebody doing stats for you. Arthelone hasn't hit a three yet. I'm not saying she's not. I'll say that, and she'll go down the next trip and hit one. But I like that play by Meg. I like that. I don't know if he likes it. I like it. What I'm saying is, until she hits a three, don't go flying out there. Stay in front. She's already proved to you that she's going to take 3 dribbles with her left hand and pull up and hit a nice little baseline jump shot. Meg coming to the corner. Are we going to get that? Nope. They defend it well, obviously. Out to Elena Snyder from Addie Wilcoxon. Back to Addie. Addie's going to dribble drive, take a 15-foot jump shot, and hit it. Good shot by Addie Wilcoxon. And just like that, we're back to within 6. Gotta get stops. If you've watched many of my broadcasts, our broadcasts, talk a lot about getting a stop meaning keeping them from scoring and then getting a rebound. High hands there on that closeout. Off, rebound, Vogel. They really like to drive left. She goes all the way through left-handed. She's a good ball handler. I don't know if I've not seen her steal by Macy Willis. I'm not sure if Vogel's left-handed, but I don't remember seeing her shoot a jump shot left-handed. So she's a really good ball handler. She easily goes either direction with either hand. Nice play by Addie Wilcox. Can Taylor get it? Nope. Rebound down to. That was a great dribble drive. That's a good look there. 3:23 to go in the third quarter. Illini Central trails by 6 to a very good Petersburg P.O.R.T.A. AC Central Lady Blue Jay team. Arvoni inbounds it to Vogel. Swings it across to Bailey. To Allison Vogel up top. Ooh, there we go. Tried to force that into Cox, and she wasn't able to get it. Taylor Kine brings it up. They stay man-to-man. Addie Wilcox has done I think Addie's done a good job of not trying to take a shot. Up, Macy Strong. Oh. Cut her off. There we go. Good stay in front. Nice dribble drive. That's a tough shot. Thought we had her bottled up, and then she gets to where she needs to go. Thought we had her bottled up. It's a tough shot. Addie with it over this way. And we're trying to take the ball from side to side. Lena wants her to stay in the corner. Need to get some dribble penetration here in the lane. Addie shoots that shot off. Rebound down to, she gets her own rebound. Needs somebody to move. There we go. Taylor again. Oh, Taylor, just because you missed the last one doesn't mean you don't shoot that one. I think that's a shot. Well, what's not good is these are situations when we're stuck playing like we're playing right now, where we can't get Meg open looks. We got to be there. That's a good back cut by Meg. Lena Snyder hits a 3, and Coach Bunner calls timeout. Probably a good one. We cut it back to the 5-point range. We're just right in that little. We just keep getting it to about here, and we can't cut it lower. That's, coached a lot of games and 30-plus years of doing it, and that's one of those things where you can get it to a certain point, and then you can't get it past that. So we really need to come down here on defense. Probably why I called that timeout. Definitely why I called that timeout, so that he could definitely say, hey, come on, we need to get a stop here. That was well said by me. Fumbling, bumbling over my words. So let's see where we're at. I haven't been back to make sure the feed's working. So got 19 people on with me tonight. I'm glad to have you with me this evening. So this is more for the Illini Central people. If you're an Illini Central person and you come here very often, subscribe to the page, give me a like, and hit that notification bell. And what it'll do then is it'll notify you on your phone or on your computer when the game is on, in case you forgot, or when I've gone live. Sometimes I usually don't. I try to go live about 10 minutes before the game starts, but depending on how the technology is working for me, it doesn't always go that way. But definitely like to see you do that. It makes it easier for you. And if you're from another school and you're going to be coming back, hey, we'd appreciate that as well. So again, glad to have you with us. And Illini Central play. They're on defense right now. P.O.R.T.A. they're not going to take their time. They're not going to just throw up shots. So Coach Bunner's going to have to make up his mind how he wants to get out here and guard. Now the crowd is going to get impatient. I'll tell you that right now. They're going to get impatient. It's a 5-point game. We don't need to. What happens is if you're watching this, you're like, why don't you go guard? Well, number one, there's an entire quarter left. If you come out here and you gamble and you don't get a steal, they score. Now they're up 7. So, again, like I said, you're going to hear people get upset. There's a minute to go in the third quarter. This is not the wrong thing to do. I don't disagree with this one bit. I coached a game in this gym one time against the Illini Bluffs boys, really good. And I had the crowd was doing the same thing. The right thing to do was to not go get them, because we have a quarter left. The game's not. He'll make his.
we'll get out and guard them when it's time to get out and guard them. If we get a stop here, what Coach Bunner did worked. If we don't get a stop, then you'll second guess it, but it's still the right thing to do whether you agree with it or not, in my opinion. Especially getting out and if you get out and guard, and they're going to turn the ball. If they get an easy one, then you wish they wouldn't have done it. So here you go. Get a stop. Here's your opportunity. Here comes that back screen. There, Liv does a good job. Can we stop it? Three-pointer on the left side. Rolls out. Can we get a rebound? No, we didn't get to. Darn it. We did everything right except to get the rebound. Darn it. We did everything the way we wanted to do it, and we couldn't get the rebound. Now, and that's like I said, he's upset because it is what I was just saying was going to happen. In terms of we did a good job. We played it right. He didn't want to get out there. They missed 2 shots. He played that exactly how I would have played it. You just didn't get the rebound. I mean, you got the stop you wanted. It did exactly what you wanted to do, and those things happen. It happens. You got to finish possessions. When I say a stop and a rebound, you got to stop. You got to get the rebound. You got to get the rebound. But now what you got to do is you got to turn the page. This is one of the things that you got to do. You got to move on to the next play. So let's look at what we have coming up. So again, like I said, season is winding down. We have a game Friday night against Lincolnwood, the Lancers. That's an away game on a Friday night. We had to go there last year too. It's a long ride. And then on February 10th, which is next week, obviously, we go to Olympia, take on the Lady Spartans. And then senior night next Thursday, where we get a chance to honor one of the greatest kids you would ever want to be around, Taylor Kine. I'll get into that next week, but just a terrific person. So good to have on your team and around you. So. There's a 3 from Vogel. And again, you're going to have people who like to second guess say you should have went out and got him. Okay. I'm just going to tell you, having coached a lot of years, that what happens is you do that and it does not do what you want it to do. Did it? Got to make a better pass, Liv. Addie tries to get back to it. But it's one of those things where I guess, you go to a game and you can. That's why people go. That's why you call it being a fan, because you're fanatic about it. Doesn't always mean you know what you're talking about, but trying to get it to Arthloni on the high post. She dumps it down to Cox. Lady Cougars battle for it. Looked like about a walk, maybe a 3-second. Good job by Addie Wilcoxon cutting off there. Elena Snyder almost get it. Let's ratchet up the defense a little bit. There's a shot, missed, rebound down. My second key was getting rebounds. Good job by Olivia Morrow to make that shot impossible to get. Ball gets knocked away from Taylor Kine. They're going to give them the basketball. I think Coach Bunner thought that was a foul. I think our fans thought that was a foul. Macy Willis comes in for Olivia Morrow. Lady Cougars need to, like I said, ratchet up that defense. Come on, we need to put pressure on the passer. If that's what we're doing, we got to get out to shooters. Got to get out there, stay on the floor. Good. Isn't it funny that the Arloni kid? Ooh, that's a nice cut. Can't get it. Rebound down to Macy Willis. Rip it out of there, Macy. Good. Gives it to Addie Wilcoxon. What I was saying is, I think it almost seems like Carson, and I've coached kids like that. She'd rather go to her left, even though she's right-handed. It's funny. Kick out to Megan Hughes. Megan's got to relocate so she can get a wide-open look instead of catching it with someone in her vicinity. Opposite dump down. That's off of them. Should be. Macy trying to force it. Needed to give Addie one more second. If she waited another second, Addie gets between 2 defenders. Okay, so now we'll try to run an out-of-bounds play here with 5:55 to go. Addie's got it to Macy. Sets that screen to Meg. Goes through her hands.
Right now, I can see. I can't see it on my computer. I try to watch the game. I have to watch the game on the computer screen. But in the gym, I did catch a glimpse past the monitor. Meg's a little frustrated. Snap. She got to snap out of it. Kind of snap out of that frustration. Hasn't played a bad game at all. Now we're going to get up a little bit. Now here's what I said. Now if we don't do a good job of taking care of the basketball, this is why you don't. You know, what we play on defense, there are some gaps in it, and those gaps are going to cause you to give up some easy ones. Over there to Elena Snyder. I think Taylor thought that Meg was, or I think Taylor thought that Elena was going to shoot it. So 30-second timeout here from Coach Bunner. So let's see, what haven't I played of my in-between timeout things? Don't really have any. Let me do a little quick. I'm going to cut out, well, I guess I'm not. 30-second timeout. Don't give me a lot of time to go and look at stuff online. But I'm going to go ahead and try to do it. Let's see if I can get Max Preps to work for me quickly so I can I already let you know what we have coming up. If you're a fan of the Lady Blue Jays, let's see if I can tell you what they have coming up here in the next week. So let's go. Need to get back to the game over here before I end up missing something. Haven't done too bad job on the camera this evening. Carson Arthloni in the corner to Vogel. Vogel to Vogel. Nice hands by Elena Snyder. She's going to get a take off. Tried to get a fast break there, but didn't get it. And then she tips another pass. Let's see what they've got schedule-wise. They are going to finish the season. Their final 2 games, actually. We have that crazy. It's not crazy, but we have that Friday night game. We have that Friday night game tomorrow night at Lincolnwood. They, of course, they only have 2 games left, as the normal season would go. What? Please stop. All right, here we go. Getting out, pressuring, trying to trap there, throw it across. Good ball movement. Cox looks opposite. She's going to hit Vogel. Vogel does the dribble drive, like the shot fake and drive. Good, good. That's good. Oh, we got to get over. Arthloni probably got fouled on that one. That's going to call it out on her. So there's 2 Sangamo games left for the Lady Blue Jays. They go to Athens next. I guess it would be Monday, right? They go to Athens on Monday. Another turnover for the Lady Cougars. Vogel gets in the lane. They're going to call a foul on that. He's going to call it on the shot. A little bit of a surprise there that it was on the shot. But so they have Athens at home on the 10th, and then they go to Plains on the 12th for what I would assume will be Plains' senior night. So that would be a good matchup. A lot of height on P.O.R.T.A's team, a lot of height on the Pleasant Plains team, as we've seen them in the Cougar Den here recently. So that'll be a size against size game in that one. Make the free throws, and the Lady Cougars trail 45-32. Taylor kind of lost track of that. Steal. Lena Snyder comes down with it after Vogel steals it from Taylor. Taylor goes into the front court. Nice pass by Addie Wilcoxon, and they call a foul on Arthloni. I don't know how that's a foul. She blocked. That was all ball. I was surprised that was a foul call. That did not look like a foul at all to me. And I'm rooting for Illini Central Greenview, but that definitely was not a foul. Macy Willis misses the free throw. She'll shoot the second one, and it's off. Rebound down to Taylor Kine. And Coach Bunner's going to take a full timeout. So, like I said, I set the stage for them. They've got 2 games left. We've got 3. I wonder if I go to the IHSA, if I can see,
let's see. Let me see when I go to the IHSA website if they already have those brackets, or Coach Bunner was just guessing on how it would be set up. Yeah, he was just trying to guesstimate who would play who, I guess. So, do they have? I wonder if they have the. Yeah, they do have the seeds. Let's see. So let's go to P.O.R.T.A's 2A. What regional are they going to end up going to? Sectional. So they're in a subsectional with Williamsville, Riverton, the people around us anyway, Athens. They're in with Hamilton, which I think they're pretty good. Plains. SHG's in there. Pittsfield's really good. Camp Point's pretty good at girls basketball, or they have been in the recent past. So anyway, back to it. Lady Cougars. Ooh, that's a long pass. Past Addie Wilcoxon. She's going to get into the lane and finish. Good finish in the lane. 45-34. 3:25 to go in the ball game. Artheloni's spin goes up, probably gets fouled, maybe not, knocked out. Coaches aren't saying much. Crowd doesn't like it, but they're still upset about the one at the other end. It was clearly not a foul on her, but they got called. Gonna lob it up to Carson Artheloni. Taylor Kine tries to reach in and grab it, can't. Nice soft touch, just rolls off, and that one's going to be off of Cassie Cox. As we go the other direction, 11-point lead for the Lady Blue Jays with just about 3 minutes to go in this basketball game. There's a three from Megan Hughes. It's long. Rebound down to, that's Hubner, right? I think. Sometimes you can't see the number on the back of their jersey because the ponytail. I didn't move the camera right. Artheloni misses. Rebound down to her. They're going to call a foul on Olivia Morrow as she moves into her on the shot. And a cheer from the Petersburg crowd. So, like I said, so when I was saying they're going to either have to go to Illini West for their regional, or they will get to go to Williamsville. It always depends on where they're seated, and me not having an idea of where, who's really, really good in that subsectional. It'd be hard to tell because you split the top four seeds. Two of them go one way and two of them go the other. So you don't have them all playing against each other in the same regional. Taylor Kine bringing it up against pressure. Vogel, now they're turning up the pressure a little bit. Taylor gets that one knocked away. Kind of surprised that they're pressuring only in this way. It's easier to give up an open three maybe in this situation. Megan drives, gives it to Elena Snyder. She doesn't meet the pass, and Carson Artheloni will go in and finish it. So just like that, it's a 15-point game. So we'll go the other direction. What I was getting ready to do too, we are actually hosting a regional for our girls. Meg's going to get a three there, and it goes. Coach Bunner, quick timeout. We are in the same subsectional with Illini Bluffs, Havana, Mendon Unity, Liberty, Lewistown, North Fulton, Rushville, South Fulton, West Prairie, Payson Seymour, and Bushnell, Prairie City. The thing about our subsectional is, like I was just saying, wow, it's being hosted by us or Payson Seymour, which is 2.5 hours away from us. So you would definitely want to be able to play in this. So that's that's a really spread out subsectional. So, and then the winner, the subsectional will end up being, the sectional will be played in Monmouth. So it'd actually be over that way. So I don't know, what was it? The 2A. What's the sectional for them? So they would play at Waverly, so that's not far away from Petersburg if they could be fortunate enough to get to that point. So yeah, hard to believe we're already at that point where we're talking about regional seeds and
and where we're going in that. So season goes, sometimes it feels like it drags, and then there's other times when it just absolutely flies. So big three by Megan Hughes. We're just under 2 minutes to go in this basketball game with Illini Central Greenview down by 12. So again, when you talk about why don't we pressure up more, sometimes it's just not your game. Your game isn't to do that. You know, you're down 12, so you had to, 12-13, you have to try to make something happen. Megan for three again. It's off. The ball goes out of bounds off Carson Artheloni. And got a nice message from Kendall. You deserve it, Kendall. I'm glad that glad we're able to bring it to you so you can watch when you're able to be here and root on your cousin. I know you're close. So Vogel, like I said earlier about Aubrey Vogel, she's a very, very good ball handler, like terrific. She does a really good job of getting her team into what they're trying to accomplish, and there's a reason why they're 22-5. That's the funny thing is you watch these games and sometimes you leave them and you think, well, why if this would have this, this or that. No, I'm a little bit surprised that official called it with the other official on the half court line. I mean, if you were when I was coaching, that would be your comment is like the guy that's on the half court line didn't call it. Why did you call it? So that's knocked out of bounds by P.O.R.T.A. So yeah, that one. I mean, the crazy thing is it's still the game is still P.O.R.T.A. They just got to take care of the ball for another minute, and they're going to get this win. Illini Central just needs to try to see if they can get some. Can they make some shots? Can some good things happen? Maybe, get a three here or there. You're going to have a jump ball. It's going to be Illini Central basketball. One thing about a girls' game, when you don't have to wonder whether people on either side are getting upset with the way it's being officiated, because it's so quiet in here, you're definitely going to hear it. It's going to be a foul. You got to foul if you're going to have a chance to get the ball back. So with 55 seconds to go in this basketball game. So Vogel, again, I've mentioned this about 3 times, stats board comes in handy when you're play-by-play, you're doing the camera, you're doing everything. You're doing all this. So Carson Artheloni sets at 22 for the game. I said the Vogel girl, Aubrey, was playing great. She's got 15. Plus, who knows how many assists she has. She played really well. We are being led currently. Elena Snyder shoots that. Elena's got 14 for us. Meg's got 9 on 3 threes. And here's another thing that when you're watching a game like this, like, why are you fouling? You're down X amount of points, and, because especially when you're in our situation, we don't have 10 people, so we're not able to practice the way other teams can practice. So this is an opportunity for us to work on stuff. I'm sure there's people in this gym right now thinking, why are you fouling? It's only 40 seconds left to go, and it's 51-37. Why are you doing this? Well, with all, being completely respectful, you don't realize why we do it because you don't understand that we don't get to practice the same way that a team that has 15 kids does. This is an opportunity to work on stuff that we don't get to work on in a practice to prepare for it. And the only way you can do things in a game or in any situation is to practice them or to be in that situation. So that, if you're wondering why we're still trying to foul and do these things, we're trying to do stuff that we may have to do in the regional coming up. So Elena Snyder for 3 after a skip by Megan Hughes. Vogel back to Artheloni. I think Coach Bunner may not foul now. Yeah, he calls it off. See if I can get the camera to do what it's supposed to do. That button didn't want to work. So that actually was a really good basketball game, I think. The score, at 52-37 is the final. You might say, well, that wasn't that great of a game. or because of the score it wasn't, whatever. That was a good basketball game. We played well. That's a good team. Couldn't be happier with the way we played, and you pat them on the back as they leave and wish them well also. And I would assume they will be a tough out in the regional, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to do that as well. So 52-37 is the final. Hopefully I was a little bit more excited tonight for the game than the other night, so that way when someone wants to say, hey, why didn't you get all excited? I thought that was a good game, and I thought we did a lot of good things. So again, I mentioned that the girls will be right back in action tomorrow night. They're on the road, a Friday night game at Lincoln Raymondwood. And I guess I stay on here just a little bit longer before I cut out. Let's see. I don't know. I know we went over there last year, and it was their senior night, and gosh, we did not play very well. So that we dropped to 13-14 on the season. They go to 23-5. They are 5-21, depending on what day do they play tonight. Are they on? Nope. Tomorrow night will be. They're not playing tonight, so they have the night off. So we go over there. Their record's not great, but it's a small little gym and kind of loud in there, and definitely was the last time we played there. Had a lot of stuff going on that evening. So the Lady Cougars will be back in action tomorrow night at Raymond Lincolnwood against the Lady Lancers. And then again, like I said, next Tuesday on the road at Monday on the road at Olympia. And then on next Thursday night, we'll honor, as I said, one of the best kids I've ever been around, Taylor Kine. And like I said, I'll get into that more next Thursday night. So appreciate you tuning in this evening. I hope you enjoyed it. We put a lot of work into it. I hope it shows. That's the goal. When someone watches, that they realize how much of an effort the class that I teach and I put into making a good broadcast. So thanks again for listening. Appreciate it. Hope the girls have a good trip, safe trip tomorrow night, and they're able to pick up a win. And I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow night as the boys host Auburn here in the Cougar Den. So take care. Remember, life is good. I'll see you tomorrow. You can hear from me tomorrow night.